Hey everyone, welcome back to Cbse Learners. Today we have come up with a new lesson which is the best Christmas present in the world from our Class-Viii textbook, NCERT textbook. Okay, so it's written by author Mr. Michael Mapugo. Before we go into the lesson directly, I would like to give you some introduction about the author. Now, full name of Sir Michael Mapurgo is Mr. Michael Andrew Bridge Mapurgo. He was born on 5th October 1943. He is an English book author, poet, playwright and a librettist. He is well known as a children's novelist. His famous works are War Horse, which was published in the year 1982, Private, Peaceful, Waiting for Anna, etc. Okay, so he was also awarded for his works like Children's Laureate, Nestle Smarties Books Prize for 6 to 8 years, Carnegie Medal, etc. So this was a small introduction about the author. So now let's go into the lesson. So before we go into the lesson, here they have given once again some small introduction which is before you read. Now let's start reading the text. There are some dates or periods of time in the history of the world that are so significant that everyone knows and remembers them. The story you will read mentions one such date and event, a war between the British and the Germans in 1914. Can you guess which war it was? So here they have said that there are some significant periods and dates in our history, world history or Indian history or any history, which are so significant that we remember them, right? But this story's backdrop is also a war between British and the Germans in 1914. So they are asking you whether you know about that war or not. Now, can you guess which war they are saying? It's actually 1914 First World War. Okay, and below here they have given few dates and they have asked whether you know these dates or not. The answers they have provided on the page 23. Still, I will discuss these dates once. 4th July 1776, it's American Declaration War of Independence. 17 December 1903, this date's significance is Wilbur and Orville Wright made the first flight, which remained in the air for 12 seconds and it covered 120 feet. Now, 6th August 1945, we all know very well it's Hiroshima Day. An atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima in Japan on this day. 30th January 1948, it's a black day for Indians, assassination of Mahatma Gandhi. 12th April 1961, it's Yuri A. Gagarin became the first human to go to the orbit of the Earth. Neil Armstrong, next comes the 20th July 1969, when Neil Armstrong became the first human to set foot on the moon. Okay, so these dates are very significant and most of us, we all are aware of these dates. So now and you will find these dates answered its significance on the page 23. Okay, now without wasting any further time, let's go directly into the text and let's start reading the text. I hope you should also read along with me. Okay, now I spotted it in a junk shop in Bridport, a roll top desk. Now what he spotted in a junk shop in Bridport? A roll top desk. Now what's a junk shop? Junk shop is where you get antique or old materials in cheap price. Okay, when if something you feel like it's have become old and it's not necessary for you, you just sell it to the junk shop, and from junk shop few people who think it useful for them, they will go and they will buy that thing in a cheap price, right? So it's a shop which sells old materials. Now the shop's location is Bridport. Okay, the man said it was early 19th century and oak. So about that roll top desk, the man or the salesperson of the shop said that the roll top desk belongs to the early 19th century and it was made up of oak. I had wanted one, but they were far too expensive. So always the narrator desired to have a one roll top desk made up of oak, but to him it seemed to be very expensive if he want to buy a new desk. This one was in a bad condition, the roll top in several pieces, one leg clumsily mended, scorch marks all down one side. It was going for very little money. So about the roll top desk, he has described the desk like it was in a very poor condition. The roll top, it was having it has gone from, or it has broken in several pieces from the roll top, and its one leg is just mended, it's not properly set. Okay, scorch marks, burnt marks are all there on one side. Okay, it was going for very little money. So since the condition of the desk was not good, so they have decided to sell it for a very cheap price. I thought I could restore it. So the narrator thought that he can repair it and he can use it. Though he felt it would be a risk, a challenge, but I had to have it. Though he felt that it will be little bit risky or it will be a challenge for him to make it look like new, but still he wanted to have one because he always desired for a table or a desk like that. Now I paid the man and brought it back to my workroom at the back of the garage. So he paid the man what he has asked for and he brought it along with him to his workroom. Now where the workroom was located? The workroom was located at the back of the garage. I began work on it on Christmas Eve. So he started to repair it or repair the desk when on Christmas Eve, during Christmas. Now here in India we see that only 25th December we celebrate as Christmas, right? But in Western countries they will take nearby, they will celebrate it, they will start decorating their homes, or they will start preparing for the Christmas festival from nearby 7 to 8 days before. Okay, so that period of time here the author or the narrator has described as a Christmas Eve. Now one simple thing I want to say to you, that sometimes in a lesson or in a story the author and the narrator can be different. Now who is author? The author is a person who writes the story and narrator is the person who narrates the story. Now sometimes the author will use different animals, different persons, other person as a narrator to tell the story. And sometimes in autobiographies or something like that, in when he feels that he can tell the story, the author will come as a narrator in the story. So here we can call that the author and the narrator are same, but sometimes the narrator and the author are different persons. Okay, so you should remember this difference. What is the difference between the author and the narrator? Okay, now here they have given this word meaning. Spotted it, already I have explained you what is the meaning of spotted it. Scorch marks was going for selling, so a veneer taken their toll on damage, stuck fast tight, shut tight. Okay, so let's go next stanza or the next paragraph. I removed the roll top completely and pulled out the drawers. So he removed the roll top completely and he started pulling out the drawers of the desk. The veneer had lifted almost everywhere. Now what is veneer? See here they have given a thin layer of plastic or decorative wood on furniture of cheap wood. Okay. in your home, if you have seen a table or a desk, you will find a plastic like cover or a decorative cover on that furniture, or some, most of the time if you have some cheap kind of table in your home, you will see they will provide a plastic or decorative sheet of wood on the top of that table. So that is only the veneer. Okay, the veneer had lifted almost everywhere. So the table's condition here, the narrator is describing to us that the veneer had gone from everywhere. It looked like water damage to me. It pretended to be a water damage. It seemed to the narrator that the water has damaged the table. Both fire and water had clearly taken their toll on this text. Now, after some time, he felt that it might be fire also. Both fire and water only damaged the desk. The last drawer was stuck fast. The last drawer was stuck tightly or shut tightly. I tried all I could ease it out gently. He tried to ease it out gently to pull the drawer very easily or softly. He tried to make it pull out easily. In the end, I used brute force, but it didn't work. So in the end, he had to use enough force. I struck it sharply with the side of my fist, and the drawer flew open to reveal a shallow space underneath. So he tried with his fist, and the drawer flew open to reveal a shallow space underneath. So he found the shallow space underneath the drawer. A secret drawer. One more secret drawer he found. There was something in there. So he found something in that secret drawer. So what he found? Let's see. I reached in and took out a small tin box, and he reached to it and found a small black tin box. Sellotaped on the top of it was a piece of lined notepaper. So on top of it he found a notepaper, and it was taped with a sellotape, and written on it in shaky handwriting, Jims. So on it was written in a shaky, not in a proper manner, in a shaky handwriting, Jims. So it was name of some person, Jims. Last letter received January 25. It was dated last letter received January 25, 1915. To be buried with me when the time comes. I knew as I did. So it was said that it should be buried with a person when the time will come. So he knew as I did that it was wrong of me to open the box. So he felt that it is wrong to open someone else's box, but curiosity got the better of my scruples. It usually does, but still his curiosity got over his conscience. Okay, so what is scruple? Scruple is concern or inner feeling of, see here they have given inner feelings or feelings that make you hesitate to do something wrong. So that's scruple or conscience, you may say. Okay, so it took over, it got the better of my scruple. It usually does, but sometimes because of curiosity we will do something what we don't want to do, right? So in that case also he felt like, okay, because of his curiosity, let me see, no one is seeing now whether I am seeing or not, let me see that. Okay, inside the box there was an envelope. Inside the box he found an envelope. The address read, Mrs. Jean Macpherson, 12 Copper Bridges, Bridport, Dorset. So he found inside the box an envelope, and the address written on it was 12 Copper Beaches, Bridport, Dorset. It was the name of the place, and it was addressed to, it was supposed to be sent to Mrs. Jean Macpherson. Okay, I took out the letter and unfolded it. So he took out the letter and unfolded, means opened it. It was written in pencil and dated at the top December 26, 1942. So 1914, sorry, it's not 1942, it's 1914, okay, during the World War. So now when he opened the letter, he found that the letter was written in pencil or the date at the top, and it was given the date of December 26, 1914. That means the letter was written during World War. Okay. Now here you can see the inner meaning of scribbles they have given. Now let's see the comprehension check. What did the author find in a junk shop? So what do you think, what did he found in a junk shop? The author found a roll top desk. Okay. What did he find in a secret drawer? Number 2, what did he find in a secret drawer? So he found a small black tin box in a secret drawer. Along inside that there was a note paper which was fixed with a sellotape. Who do you think had put it in there? So what do you think? It can be the person to whom the letter was addressed, right? It can be Mrs. Jim Macpherson. Okay, so I hope you like this video and the explanation of this chapter is clear to you. Next video I'm going to give you explanation of the rest of the part. Okay, thank you very much. Please stay tuned with us for future videos.